Hey there, if someone pulling away makes your whole body panic, and if silence feels louder than words, you are not crazy. You are just anxious attached, like I was. And this is not just a video, this is a part of me. If you have ever found yourself begging, silently or out loud, for someone to stay, and if you have overthought every message, every silence, and every scene but not replied, if you have felt that sudden panic in your chest, as if your whole world is falling apart when someone pulls away, then this is for you. I'm not here to preach, I'm just here to talk. Because I have lived it deeply. And I want to share how I have slowly, painfully, but truly started healing my anxious attachment. It does feel like fear. It feels like need. Desperated or lacking need. Not because you're weak, but because something inside you believes if they go, I will collapse. I used to feel it like a knot in my chest. When someone I loved took too long to reply, I would get angry. At first, I'd blame myself. Maybe I said something wrong. Maybe I was too much. Or maybe I shouldn't have opened up so much. You see, anxious attachment isn't loud. It's silent suffering. It's checking your phone 20 times in 1 minute. It's writing long messages and deleting them. It's acting chill while burning inside. Even it's rehearsing conversation in your mind, imagining every worst outcomes, and still hoping that maybe this time they will stay. I didn't just wake up anxious. I was made this way, sometimes by emotional absence, sometimes by people who gave me half love and called it as enough. When you grow up not feeling seen, you begin to believe that you must earn love. You start to overcompensate, overgive, overstay, or over-explaining things. For me, it wasn't one moment. It was a series of little hurts. People I trusted slowly pulling away because of my anxious attachment style. Friends who made me feel replaceable. That one person who made me question if I was too intense to be loved. I learned to be small. I learned to hold my feelings inside. I learned that the more I give, maybe, just maybe, they will stay. But they didn't. And that taught me that no matter how much you give, you cannot control or you cannot force someone to choose you. I remember one time I stopped eating properly because I was so anxious about someone drifting away. Not because they said anything cruel, but because their silence felt like punishment. I have written paragraphs only to erase them and say it's okay when it wasn't. I have cried quietly in bathroom so no one sees how easily I break when I feel abandoned. And here's the thing. I used to blame myself for being like this. I thought I was the needy one, the too emotional one, the problem. But healing started when I realized my anxious attachment wasn't my fault, but it was my responsibility to work on. There came a day when I couldn't do anything anymore. I realized I was shrinking myself to keep people comfortable, suffocating my own needs just to not scare anyone away. I was burning out from trying to prove I was worthy of being loved. And then it hit me. Why I am fighting so hard for people who don't even know how to hold me? I had to stop. Not because I stopped caring about others, but because I had to finally care about myself. That was the start of healing. Healing doesn't look perfect. It was a straight line. Someday I feel that old fear, it felt like creeping in, but now